Gary Willits.
So just so everybody knows, this is Gary Willits.
Hi,
What's
guys.
your title again?
Sergeant Gary Willits.
Sergeant Gary Willits.
So I'm with our community operations section. So yeah, we were in our equity, diversity, human rights section, community operations support unit. So.
Yeah, so I did get a call from Sergeant Gary, like maybe 45 minutes ago, and he said, you know, I've set up a space. I have a text message. I set up a space for you outside, and that was funny.
Protest pen, our very own protest
Right.
pen.
It's a Canadian kennel.
So I was kind of very clear about the fact that we would like to attend if we're able to attend. We don't need you to set up pylons for us. It would be nice if you could just make space for us, but it's up to you. And Gary actually made it pretty clear that he didn't know that this was happening. He didn't, most of the police officers, sort of rank and file, didn't actually know that this meeting was happening either. Yeah, and there wasn't no, the notice was Friday. And
So it's a high priority.
Right.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so he actually didn't even know that it was happening at all. And so I don't know if it was him or someone else who told him to try to find a space for us to stand up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, that's very telling anyway. So we know exactly where we're at, don't we?
yeah, I mean, most of the time you don't really have to say much, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the chief's welcome to come outside. We have a placard for him.
Spot.
Put it,
That's who
put
the
it over
meeting
there.
is supposed to be with?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chief of police. And he did this, so this is separate from the police commission. The police commission actually didn't know about this meeting until we publicized it. So this is being done on the chief's own initiative. So that's something to keep in mind.
Don't tell anyone.
I'm going to put this.
Those who feel that CADing is a tool for the policemen, I want them to understand because they are missing something. I'm standing as a councillor in Ward 4, and one of my issues is security in Ward 4. What does that mean? Not bodies and bodies on the street by way of policemen. That's not security. Every time I see a siren, I get scared. I want to run into the house and I want to hide. That's not the way you bring security, a sense of security to the people. I would rather that we talk. We have a conversation and the residents of various parts of the city own security because it's theirs. And how do we do that? It's by discussing with each other.
This door. Oh.
Which door is it?
Which door are you guys looking at?
The staff entrance?
Yeah. Here we go. The door is right here.
So you guys are supposed to get in the meeting publicly?
I'm a sergeant. Thanks for the promotion.
Like for whoever wants to be part of the conversation? Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It is a police facility. Yeah. So it's a secure facility as well. So we get that's the thing.
Well, good thing for us, we're very secure people.
I'm feeling safe.
This door is a lock.
What's that? That's police information checks. That's not where the chief's going. The chief's coming right here. He's coming right here.
So should we wait until 3:30 before we try to go in? Or
We
is
wanted
he
to
gonna
be able to
call
get in the
the
doors
law?
locked.
Okay.
So the chief isn't here yet?
No.
For folks who are regularly attending, we would just wait until we can go in, or so what's supposed to be happening?
So basically, secure facility. This is
Yeah.
like basically if we do a meeting, if we're having someone attend, the officer who invited the guest meets the guest. That's the because it's security. Then the officer.
Okay.
goes out. So for instance, if me and you had a meeting, you were to meet here. I'd open it, you'd buzz the door. I'd come up, let you in, and then you'd be with you.
So the police chief has to come to the door and let us in. That's what
If-
you're saying?
Well, right now there's other
has
people
a
here. He has staff, so I mean,
Okay.
it won't be the chief coming to the door.
Okay.
But the chief's not even here.
Prefer.
So just to clarify, who would be letting in the invitees, and how would that process take place?
Whoever they got on the other side of the
Yeah.
door, who did the invites.
Right.
So that's basically it. So I can tell you right now, if there's no invite, then there'll be no invite.
Right.
Well, you were invited.
Yeah, I was invited.
Yeah.
So I'm not clear as someone who is invited, how to actually enter the building.
If you want to go in and buzz, the person who's dealing with the invitations will answer the door, ask you who you
So I
are.
buzz right here.
Yeah, you can buzz it here. I
Right.
can say right now for
Yeah.
anybody else, We don't want anybody rushing in. Again, you're in a police facility. There's no holding the door open, allowing others in. It's a thing if it's an invite. We don't want to abuse what's what the intent of this place.
So I'm gonna buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is your intent to win the meeting?
Yes, we would like to attend the
It
meeting.
would just be for yourself.
Okay,
So
well, I'm
not
gonna
for
chat with the
anyone
folks who are gonna come to the door, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Good. Thank you. What's
So
your name?
Rakesh wants to attend. She asked for everybody else and said, unfortunately, Rakesh can't. So now she just wants to. No, Rakesh, you want to join yourself?
What was your name again?
Sorry, my name's Alana Harrison.
Alana Harrison.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you. Raycat. Nice to meet you. So these are some folks in the community who would really like to be part of the conversation on carding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it possible for us to, again, we sent an email to the chief saying, you know, we were invited as individuals, and as individuals, we actually don't have all the stories of the community, and we would really like for other folks with lived experiences to speak to this issue. So I'm asking you if my community can come with me into this meeting.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is an invite-only meeting, and right now the attendees that were invited are the ones that are
Okay.
Sorry, did you want to come in, or?
I would love to come in with my community.
Okay.
If I can't come in with my community, then I guess I'm gonna just be shut out with my community.
Okay, all right, that's fine, thank you.
All right. Thanks. No, I'll skip it. Thanks. Maybe we need a community hall meeting, a city hall, open mic. Maybe that'd be better. And that's not falling on deaf ears. That's going to be. I'm going to be providing that feedback. It's as well. Maybe give Rakesh the opportunity to say, hey, who do you feel would be best to represent your community? Or maybe we only have room for this much. Do you guys want to bring it forward to the community and see who you'd like to have come forward? Now, the feedback we're getting here. That's great, because now I can get that and say maybe we need to do an open mic.
So we need to go through you to make changes happen, or should we be speaking with the chief?
I'm hearing everything you're saying. I had a great conversation with her.
But who's the person that's going to make the decision? The police chief gave you the invitation?
So here's the deal. I am
correct?
going to
The police
present this
chief.
up my chain of command.
But the police
And-
chief is going to arrive here, correct?
Oh yeah, the chief's coming.
So we may have you may have an opportunity to speak with them.
And
If
that's what
anyone
I'm saying
wants
is,
to speak to the police chief, I would empower anyone to have a conversation.
yeah, I mean, he's the chief. He's
Well, he's the one who invited these guys, right?
right.
So,
So
I'm
he
just,
would be
I'm
the
just
one who could
clarifying. Is
extend
this,
an
are you the gatekeeper?
Well, I'm just out here to give you guys a face to talk to and be able to represent and give you guys something to communicate to you. So I don't want you talking to a wall. And you guys got great input.
And
You
the
got,
police chief will be here who gave you the invitation. So for the luck, you'll have a chance to speak.
so what you guys got to recognize is everything you're telling me here is heard. From my conversations with Bashir, with Rakesh, with Ahmed, I'm hearing it. It makes sense. And you gotta appreciate sometimes the intent versus impact. You know, the whole intent of this is to have the meeting. And realizing now, you know, we need a larger volume, perhaps.
But you also do realize that the impact isn't felt on bodies like yours, right?
But
So,
that's
and just to be clear, they said to me on Friday, you're invited. And I said on Friday, this is when they invited us. On Friday, I said, I am not the only person who needs to be at this meeting. So this is not a conversation, I just want to be clear, this is not a conversation we're having for the first time, because this also happens often in the community. People think that this is the first conversation we're having. No. I had this conversation via email once, I had the conversation again on the phone, and I had it on the third time on the phone, and then I had it a fourth time today with Gary.
So the police chief is very aware.
Yes. So let's not act as if this is the first time we've tried to talk to folks, because that is also something that happens. But they're like, well, why don't they just have a conversation? We already had the conversation.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm one of the invitees.
What's your name?
My name is Ahmed Abdul Qadir with the Ogaden Somali community. And I will be raising this issue, saying that pretty much what the community consensus is that we want a public gathering when I go in there. As well as present the point of view of PLM and what they say. So when I discuss with my community, that is some of the things that we raise. So, and I'm going to do that and see inside.
It's a button.
Yeah. The other thing to note is that no agenda was made public. It wasn't made clear what exactly we would be talking about. The list of attendees was not made public, so we don't know what other community groups are going to be there. We don't know what the purpose of the discussion is, and because this is separate from the Commission's review, we don't know what the end outcome is going to be. Every single time this issue has been talked about, it's been behind closed doors. When the chief met with the province, starting February 2016, they've had their roundtable. Nothing was made public. during the street check review held by the Edmonton Police Service, none of that was made public. The first time I heard about it was when we released the data. That was the very first time I heard about it. So everything has been behind closed doors, and just myself and Ray Cash were the ones who got the invite. We feel uncomfortable going in there and having the same thing happen. Besides that, plus all the different question marks we have. Anyways, that's just a quick rundown so far. And sorry, the other note, I was talking to the police commission today, and they were surprised this was going on. So that, yeah, like they weren't made aware. The executive director only came because of what we put out on social media. So I have no idea what the chief is trying to hide. He could have held a public meeting. He chose not to.
Did it respond to our emails and phone calls asking for a public meeting?
Yeah, I sent multiple emails and I still haven't got a reply from those. So I think the thing to note here is a lot of this has fell on BLM. Like, the report should have been done by the police commission. They should have got the data. They should have been the ones looking into this. The event we held on Saturday, that type of thing should have been organized by the police and the police commission, but they didn't. And you have to question why. Is it going to be on us to organize a public town hall? From this reaction, probably it is. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing, they set this at 3:15. I work until 4:30 every day, so I had to like duck out, get permission from my supervisor. So it's also a little bit annoying.
And the guy who registered isn't here.
Yeah.
Hey, but sure, just
I'm all the time.
when you said we feel comfortable going in there and having the same thing happen, are you referring to when the data was initially released?
No, we're referring to every discussion on street checks in Alberta. So
Okay,
November
so always closed
2016.
door.
Yeah, every review, every discussion has been behind closed doors. And the only time they've released information is when we've inflicted. Yeah. I guess we can take some questions if anyone else has them.
Sure. Well, what do you think a public meeting, how do you think that would further the dialogue and actually
Right.
get some results?
I think it would allow for everyone's voice to be heard. They picked a few stakeholders. We believe the community is a stakeholder, and that anybody who wants to should be able to come in. After Saturday's event, I don't know if you guys were there, I had someone on the bus talk to me about, they recognized me. I was a bit hesitant because we've been getting threats actually through this, but he told me that I've been street checked, I'm happy with what you guys are doing, and I'm glad somebody's talking about it. We need to represent his voice and allow him a chance to also come to speak, and anybody else who wants to. This type of engagement obviously doesn't work. It's been going on for 2 years, and we want something different. And I think through our strategy, there's been a lot of good public conversation on this, and we think there'll be change.
So what are you hoping for after today?
Oh, after today?
Well, for now or after today?
Thursday is a police commission meeting. I don't know if I hope you guys are planning to attend. We're going to be there speaking, presenting the data, and kind of talking about this issue, more specifically the end outcome. Aside from that, we are hoping for public conversations. That could take the form of a town hall, but our position has always been, anytime we engage with these institutions, we want everybody to know what we're doing. The commission last week, they said they wanted a transparent process. This isn't very transparent. Like you can't see through that door. I think even, are the blinds down? I think the blinds are.
What exactly is the meeting?
I think because they were resistant 3 weeks ago when we put this out, the chief wrote an op-ed questioning our data, even though we had a U of A prof analyze it and 2 other independent sources. Sorry about that. The Police Association VP slammed our report, but admitted later to not even reading the report. I think that was Metro. You guys were the ones who asked that question. I don't know. I feel like they're uncomfortable when the community challenges them.
Because they're just defending their practice regardless,
Right.
even with the data.
At the end of the day, we have to realize that this is the Edmonton Police Service. It's service to the citizens, and it's up to us to ensure that they're accountable. And this is kind of where our perspective comes from. I don't know why they're hesitant. They're more than open to come outside. I'm a very nice person. I'm not gonna hurt him or anything. I just have my words, and so does he. Well, he also has a gun, but he has words too.
He has a lot more.
What's your understanding of what was articulated with regard to chief?
No articulation had taken place to tell me when the chief was coming, who else was going to be there, what was going to be on the agenda. None of that information was communicated to us. And that's information that should be public, right? That's information that we should all be privy to. I'm not trying to be a special person with special information.
I want to make sure